In the summer of 1944, World War II raged across the Pacific and Mariana Islands. In an attempt to secure strategic positions in the Pacific, American soldiers would fight a ferocious battle on the island of Saipan. 650 men would lose their lives on the night of July 7, 1944. 24-year-old Prince William County resident Private Richard N. Bean was among those men. Bean's body never came home, and for 70 years, his story remained a mystery. That is, until the answers walked through the doors of the Bull Run Regional Library.
I was working with one of our regular patrons when two Japanese visitors arrived. Yukari Akachuka, who is the translator for Kuintai, a Japanese non-governmental repatriation group. And with her was Usan Kurata. He's the Secretary General, I learned, of Kuintai. And they had initially stopped at both the Manassas Museum and the Manassas City Hall in hopes of finding living relatives of a Richard N. Bean. They had discovered his military dog tag during their excavations on the island of Saipan several months earlier. So they were directed to Relic to get help locating living relatives of this World War II soldier.
Kuintai had been searching for the remains of Japanese soldiers for 9 years, and recently made the discovery of American soldiers' remains, prompting the organization to make efforts to locate living relatives and return the remains home.
We found 5 American soldiers on Saipan. We decided to form an organization here in the States to search MIAs who died during the World War II on the Pacific battlefield. We took a photo of dog tags and the other findings on site. And on the dog tag, it says Richard Bean, Manassas, Virginia. So we took that photo, and then we decided to come to Manassas from all the way from Japan. And then we arrived here. First, we visited different kinds of places in Manassas, including visitor center, city hall, and museum. And then a person working in the museum told us to visit Bull Run Regional Library. And then we decided to go there. And then I present the photo of dog tag to a lady working in an office whose name is Miss Tishikomo, and then ask her that we are looking for the family members of the soldier. We found this dog tag on Saipan. It seems like he is listed as a MIA, missing in action, who died on July 7th, 1944.
For Tishikomo, the information on the dog tag would be all she needed to begin shedding more light on the mystery.
We first wanted to verify that there was a Richard N. Bean living in Manassas in the 1940 census. And we were able to locate him living with a family by the surname of Frederick. He was 20 years old in April of 1940. He was a farm laborer. We also verified that a Rosie and Arthur Bean were living not too far away in the Manassas Magisterial District as well. And we knew that those were his parents based on the information provided on the dog tag. We then turned to obituaries, real estate records, probate records to determine if any of the soldiers' siblings might still be alive. And this process takes time, and it was approaching 5 o'clock, and the library was closing. And Usan and Yukari were scheduled to fly out to Japan the next morning.
We left all the information to her, and then she kept searching for us.
I continued to research the possible siblings of the soldier and identify those siblings' descendants, and came up with a list of living relatives.
Tish contacted Richard J. Bean, the living nephew of the soldier Richard N. Bean, informing him that his uncle had been found and would be returned home.
It was a weird feeling because, you know, who would ever think 70 years ago that you would be notified that one of your kin people has been found, and especially you know, over in Japan where the war was going on and where he went. So it was really neat, really, because this was a chance to bring him home, you know, with their findings like it was. You know, all they had to do was the DNA to prove that it was him, and it was really it was an amazing thing, and it was a great thing. It was like when the Japanese people came to my house, it was like he was looking down at me to you know, help him out. They are tremendous people. They were so nice, and you know, they brought pictures of his dog tags for evidence to show that, you know, this could have been him, and that you could read the dog tags. In fact, I have them now. But you know, had my grandmother's name on it and his name on it, from Manassas, Virginia. So you know, it was a pretty sure shot that this was him.
The battlefields have long been silent, the echoes of war last ringing out now more than 7 decades ago. A loved one has been returned home, and the power of closure reverberates deeply.
You know, miracles happen. Every soldier should be brought back home. If there's a way and a will, you know, it's incredible that it happened with us, and it's something that you will never ever forget. And a lot of people have seen it. A lot of people came to it, and it was just a remarkable feeling of all these people that were interested that this happened in this county. So, you know, God bless them all.